Hi guys, my name is Stephanie and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're most welcome. Please consider subscribing to this channel to join this growing family. So in this video guys, I'll be sharing with you how I made this really beautiful tote bag with this design. So keep watching till the end. So this is actually the fabric I'll be using to make this tote bag with, and I also have this satin fabric that I'll be using for the patch pocket and the bow design, and I also have my other materials here. I have my scissors, chalk, ruler and tape, so let's get right into it. So I'll go ahead and unfold my fabric just the same way you see in this video. So I'll go ahead and fold the fabric into two, and I'll be needing the length of 17 inches unfold. I will adjust it to be at the 17 inches. And the next thing I'm actually going to do is that I'm going to be turning this over, and then I'll fold it again just the same way you see me doing in this video. I'll still fold it again and neatly arrange it, and I'll be needing the length of 17 inches unfold and 8.5 inches unfold. That is 17 inches by 17 inches. So I'll just go ahead and mark the 8.5 inches with my chalk, and then I'll go ahead and connect it from the upper side to the downside with my ruler. And then I'll go ahead and cut out everything from the side and also the downside. So I'll go ahead and unfold everything now, and then I have the length of 17 inches here unfold, and the 17 inches by 2 is 34 inches. And the width is also 17 inches and unfold is 8.5 inches. And the next thing I'll be cutting is the handle of the bag, which is 25 inches in length. I'll mark it there, and then the width is 4 inches and unfold is 2 inches. So I'll just go ahead and mark the 4 inches with my tape, and then I'll connect the straight line with my ruler. So after connecting the point, I will just go ahead and cut out everything now. And I'll be using this piece as a template to cut the second piece. So these are the two fabrics that I actually have. It's actually going to be folded in two. And the next thing I'll be doing is I'll fold it into two just the same way you see me doing. And then I'll take it to my sewing machine to sew it, and then I'll repeat the same process with this other piece as well. So guys, I'm actually done doing that. I'm done sewing, and then this stitched part is actually in the middle. I actually went ahead to iron it, and I've also gone ahead to make a patch pocket. I actually folded twice at the upper side and I stitched it down, and I folded the sides once and the downside, and I hem it down with my hemming gum. So I'll be placing the patch pocket from the side of this tote bag, and then I'll be designing it with this bow. So I'll actually be fixing the bow design either from the left hand side or the right hand side, either of the sides that I decide to. So I'll go ahead and keep the both designs aside, and then I'll be marking the midpoint of this tote bag. I'll mark it down with my chalk, and I'll open it up and then spread it to be able to fix the patch pocket. I'll mark 2 inches in from the side, and then mark it down with my chalk to the upper side as well, to be able to know the point where the patch pocket is actually going to start. So I'll bring it over and then move up by about half an inch. Since the bag is folding from the downside, I'll move up by half an inch from the downside, and then I'll go ahead and pin down everything with my pins. So after pinning, I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew the sides and the downside. So guys, I'm done sewing as you can see. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be folding this from the wrong side. I'll still fold again. So I'll be marking the point where I'm going to be attaching the bag handle from. So I'm from the midpoint, I'm marking out by 3.5 inches. So I'll mark 3.5 inches. That's actually the point where the bag handle is actually going to start from, and then I'll turn it to this other side and then mark 3.5 inches as well. I'll still open it up, still fold it from this other side, and also mark 3.5 inches starting from the midpoint, and this other side as well. And I'll just go ahead and open up the bag So to be able to attach the handle of this tote bag, this part that is stitched is exactly at the midpoint. So I will carefully turn it down, so that by the time I sew and turn it over, the part that doesn't have a stitch will be the one to be facing the right side of the tote bag. I will be moving down by half an inch before placing the handle. I'll mark it there, and then I'll mark it from this other side as well. And I'll carefully turn this handle in a way that it will not twist, and the stitch part is still facing down, and then I'll place it at that half an inch that I marked down. And I'll carefully fold about half an inch, and then still fold again by 1 inch, and then I'll pin it down. And I'll do the same thing from the side as well. Fold it by 2 and then pin it down. And then I'll take it to my sewing machine to sew. I will flip it to this other side and repeat the same thing. So guys, I'm actually done doing the same thing to this other side as well. So the next thing is to take it to my sewing machine to sew it from both sides. So guys, I'm actually done sewing the sides. I'm actually done sewing the both sides. As you can see how everything is, see how everything turned out to be. There is actually no rough side from inside, it's actually inside. So the next thing I'm actually going to do is I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew from there. I'll stitch it down and then stitch the other side as well, and then I'll repeat the same process with this down side as well. And next is to be fixing this bow design on it. I was actually contemplating either to put it from the left hand side or the right hand side, but I decided to go with the mid side, and I used my needle and thread to fix it on the patch pocket. So guys, I'm done fixing the bow on the patch pocket, so the next thing is to be sewing the sides. And I can actually turn this from the wrong side and then sew from the sides to be able to complete the tote bag, but I'll actually not be doing that. So in order for the rough edges not to show from both inside and outside, I'll go ahead and turn the tote bag from the right side and neatly arrange it, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine to sew about 1/4 inch from both sides. So guys, I'm actually done doing that, and I also went there to trim it really well from the sides so that it will be really close to the stitch. So the next thing is that I'm going to be turning this over to the wrong side again. So after turning it, I'll neatly arrange it and then push it inside very well from both sides. And then I'll take it to my sewing machine to sew about 1/2 inch, and then I'll do the same thing to the other side as well. So guys, I'm actually done doing that. I'm done sewing both sides, as you can see, and I'll just go ahead and turn it over to the right side. So you see that both the right side and the wrong side are actually neat. There is no rough side at all. Both from the right hand side and from the left hand side, there is no rough side at all, as you can see. So guys, the tote bag is actually ready. I actually love the fact that the design on the bag, the color of the design is more brighter than the bag itself. So thank you so much for watching. If you are still here, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe and like this video. Hope to see you in my next one. Bye.